Hello. Trying to follow in line with the energy of the day. Today's a great day to commune with spirit, so I'm thinking that today's a good day to do this reading that I've really wanted to do, um, which is an animal reading. I want to receive some messages from the animals, different animals. These are all animals that I have had interaction with in the past week, actually. So it's a great time to really see what these energies are talking about. Um, I think I'm going to do this as a pick a card, but really, I think that you can listen to this entire reading and receive messages from every pile because it's not so much about which animal calls out to you, and more so just about hearing the different messages that all of the different creatures are bringing forward. So we have the dolphin. That would be pile number one, the dolphin. Then we have the grizzly bear. This is like a little paw print. Then we have the red fox. This is like their little tail. And then we have the birds of prey. So eagles and hawks. Those are the specific birds that I have had interaction with this week. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, but all in all, reading or listening to all of them I think would be beneficial. Just listening to nature. So yes, okay. So I think let's begin with dolphins. Let's begin with the dolphin. So I didn't actually sorry. I didn't actually see a dolphin this week, but I found an ice sculpture that was in the shape of a dolphin, and I thought that was really special because it was just so random. And some people thought it looked more like a whale. I think it looks like a dolphin, so we're going with dolphin. But this could also be just marine life, like marine energy. But yes. So let's talk about, let's listen to the dolphin spirits and what they want to bring forward. I'm going to be using the Orisha tarot, I think, for every pile. First card, Temperance. Temperance. Something is being stored underground that needs to be brought back up, that needs to be dug up. It's like there's this energy of digging out some old graves, but of your past, of yourself. I know that we don't usually hear a lot about going back into the past. Look at that Hermit at the back of the deck. Yeah, so this is the Four of Cups energy. This card is also, I'm going to keep out Four of Cups and Temperance. There's this energy of digging up an old grave, but this is something that was buried almost as treasure. Like when you bury a time capsule. But actually, the energy that I'm getting here actually is, so trigger warning, because this is a sensitive topic, but it has a beautiful ending, I promise. So you know how we talk about when a mother loses a child, well, during pregnancy, so when a mother has a miscarriage, the child afterwards is usually called the rainbow baby. But I specifically want to focus on the lost child and what happens to that spirit and to that energy. I feel like there's this energy of something that you lost, something that was taken before its time, a dream that was trying to go that was lost. There's this energy of there are certain things that you lose out of grief that you don't let go of. You bury them and you plant it as a new seed. There are certain things that we lose that we use to grow again. We use to, it's almost like compost or, it's like compost or like volcanic ash is something is a symbolism I really like. Something that is dead being what sparks new life. So there's this energy of like the lost child, that spirit being buried into the soil, being buried into the ground, maybe even lifetimes ago, to be recovered at some point in the future by you, to be healed, to be renewed. Because also when you think about it, a miscarried child can oftentimes, which I'm just thinking about now, can often also be like a piece of the mother and the father that is lost and unable to fully form into their own experience. And so it's kind of like the work of these two contributors to life, these two parents, and their own reflections kind of waiting in this liminal space. And there just seems to be this recovery energy, which is interesting because this is in total alignment with what today's daily reading was about. But there's this energy of recovery, of an old wish that was taken from you, something that did not get to be fulfilled, a dream that did not get to be fulfilled, something very precious, something very important to you. This is not something that is, that you would give away to anyone, These are like the ashes of a loved one that you go and you spread across the ocean, and you you let them go, and it's also like an offering to the ocean or an offering to the earth. When we bury our loved ones in the earth, that is, as well as that is an act of letting go, that is an offering to the planet, to the soil. Things makes me think of daisies, graves pushing up daisies, and that is, the earth receiving what we offered and giving in return in this beautiful flower that acts as an ancestral memory and an ancestral energy. Daisies have really ancestral energy because a lot of them can come out of graves, out of our bodies that become one with the soil again. There's this energy of reception. You are receiving something that was planted long ago out of a space of loss, out of a space of grief. Something that was taken, it feels like is being brought. For some reason I see like the violin or like the cello. This feels very whimsical. This feels like magical energy and soft energy, just in the sense that this is a dream reawakening. This is a spirit returning, and it's returning with softness. This is gentle footsteps in the snow. This feels very winter energy, and it's snowing outside, so that feels right, but it feels like it's also coming at an unexpected time, perhaps not a time that you thought you would be receiving. Temperance is also Sagittarius, which is the next season up in tropical astrology. And that Hermit card at the back of the deck. And I'm thinking about this urn, and there's an ancestral energy here. There's a past life energy here. And like a rising of the dead into new life. There's a rebirth energy here, but it's very soft and gentle, and there's just this energy of recovery. It's very beautiful. It's very soft. What else do you want to tell us, Dolphin Spirit? There's this energy of you are reflected in what you cannot see. You are reflected in what you cannot see. It's not here yet. You can't look around and find it yet, but you are reflected in it. And if you are here, if you are alive and present in your world, in this reality, then this reflection has to reflect your own aliveness, which means it is alive too. It is coming to life too. And it is going to find you. But you are reflected in what you cannot see. So there's this energy also of you may have outgrown your current reality. You may have outgrown your current circumstances, your current surroundings and environment, because there is this ability to resonate with darkness. There is this ability to resonate with the unknown, which means that you might be shifting down a new path, moving into a new place. And that might come from this recovery, or come alongside this sense of recovery. But this also feels like a great escape from bondage for your ancestors. This feels like this recovery is also bringing in massive waves of healing and endings in your ancestry. And it's subtle because it feels like ancestors who are moving on from this plane. It's like you receiving this is kind of the exit strategy for your ancestors. And so it also feels like as this makes its way to you, many, many ancestors are walking through the gate on the other side, leaving this realm for good. Karma, we talked about karma today. Karma is being given out. And for ancestors, this can mean they are no longer going to be here. Like they are gone and done in their time as ancestors and are done and are moving on, which is huge because in terms of collective energy, that is a lot of necessary and timely release, because we see there's a lot of death energy present on this planet right now. Physical death energy, which means a lot of spirits are being transformed into ancestral spirits. And at the same time in the spirit realm, we have this mass migration of ancestors away from ancestorhood into whatever happens next. I don't know what happens next after you're done being an ancestor. But that's big. That's a big deal because there's a lot of energy returning to nothingness. There's a lot of clean slates. There are a lot of ancestral spirits that will no longer be here again and will never again be as they were, because you cannot recreate a human being. Human beings are once in a lifetime. Human beings are once, every single one of us are individuals. So ancestors can't be recreated. So there are many, many spirits that are leaving for good, and we will not ever get to experience in that way that we get to experience ancestral energy ever again. And that is a loss. That's massive loss, but it's beautiful loss because it means that there's healing happening and an ability for those ancestors to have a new life. And ancestral lifetimes are long. So that's a big deal. This is really precious and sacred energy. This is energy that goes beyond just our lives here on this planet, but this is healing for our universe, because that's a lot of souls moving on back into the abyss, back into darkness, back into nothingness, our original state of being. There's a lot of return to origin. Lots of return to origin, which is really, really special. So we might see a rise in the energy of nothingness on this planet, which might come in many forms. This could be a rise in nihilism, a rise in detachment, a rise in minimalism, a rise in letting go and healing, a rise in death, a rise in open space and opportunity, a rise in focus on the land. And it's interesting that this is coming in during winter season. But I think we're going to witness a rise in origin energy, which is oftentimes very subtle and quiet, but profound, and offers a massive opportunity to seek redemption and seek kind of groundbreaking clarity, life-changing clarity that can really turn your life around. If you can tap into this energy and receive what you need to receive from it, you can change your life. So this is very profound and magnetic energy, and if you can, I would connect to this. Four of Swords. I just feel like something is coming in to take everything out. This feels like the different stories that they would tell you in the Bible. I remember my dad said, the world is never going to end with water again. This time it will end with fire. This feels like that kind of energy in terms of, like, you know how forest fires come, but the forest fires are natural. We've added human interference and human negligence has created problems with forest fires, but they are natural occurrences in the wild. And this feels like that kind of energy where it's time, it's time. Something has been smoldering. And forest fires, actually, they can begin, I think they do. I don't know if they do all the time or if they just do sometimes, but they can begin underground. This is that energy as well. Something has already been burning underground. Something has already been burning underground, and that fire is coming up into our reality and taking down everything that needs to be taken. So this is kind of like what do they call it in the Bible? Not Revelations. It's obviously not called the Apocalypse. What's it called in the Bible? It's the Apocalypse in the Bible. Oh, it is the Book of Revelations? But what's it called? Well, they have signs for doomsday. This is apocalyptic energy, and I will be honest with you guys. I do believe that we are already in the apocalypse, and I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. I think you need to be very willing to change your life, absolutely. And I think you need to be very open to the possibility of having to kind of live in the unknown, live in a guided state for your survival. But this is Revelation's energy in terms of a big fire coming in and kind of taking out everything that needs to be taken out. And I think that this is going to actually lead to an abundance of life. There might be a lot of children that are born in these next few years, in these next few seasons. There could be a lot of children that are being born because harmony, as all of this death happens, all of this life happens, there also could just be children born with many spirits inside of them. There could be children who are being born, who are going to be encompassing many spirits. We are evolving in the way that this is also evolution. This is a state of evolution that we are going through, both as human beings and as spirits. And we are perhaps evolving to be able to carry within us several ancestral journeys, several ancestral lines, several spirits. It feels like we are coming, and I already believe that we are made up of several spirits, but this feels maximized. This feels like there are children that are going to be coming into this world that will be setting up a new reality of many spirits coexisting in one body and life happening through that way, where truly every birth, every experience, every life is a community and a community experience, and we have to learn how to share life, literally share life. So that's interesting. There's definitely something around the generation of children that are going to be born that that have a way of spirit that is different, and that speaks to this change that is happening within our world. Okay, so the Ten of Cups wants to be out. Ten of Pentacles wants to be out here with us. I just also think that there's going to be a lot of children that are very intelligent, highly intelligent children coming in. This could be, if you pick this pile and you're only going to watch this pile, this could also be talking about the type of the child that you will have. It feels like a single child, but they carry a lot of ancestral energy and a lot of power, especially with Sagittarius here. Yeah, they have a strong, strong presence in spirit. Very wise. There's a lot of wise energy in this pile as well. I feel like, I was saying earlier, I feel like with the amount of wisdom that isn't in the air right now, it feels like I should be seeing owls. Seeing owls everywhere. I can't help but think of Professor Melanie. I keep thinking of her. She feels like she's in my spirit. I don't know why. I should probably go watch something of hers. She's probably got something to say. I strongly recommend you go watch her. Or go listen and learn from her. She's next level. Truly. Anything else, Spirit? Well, the Magician and let's clear this away. The Magician and the Seven of Pentacles. I think your magic is making its way to you. I think that your magic that you have worked, the settings, the intentions that you have set, the seeds that you have planted, the work that you have done is making the results are making its way to you. And it almost feels like someone who did work from home and somehow planted seeds in Peru. And it's like the migration, because those seeds had to be rooted in that far off land, come up, and then migrate all the way to where you are. It's coming to you. But I think that's why this is something that has taken a long time, especially if this is ancestral, ancient, past life energy. It had to travel all the way to you. And think about how plants grow fast, but they're slow. And roots that can carry a plant from one continent to another, across all these lands, across all these terrains, across all these different seasons and weather and all these things, and remain connected, remain intact, that is something that takes a long time. So this is not a new manifestation that you've been desiring. This is something old. This is something ancient. This is something you kind of could not even know where this comes from. Like I said, this could be ancestral. Like for you, you could be cooking a recipe, an ancestral recipe. It's kind of like that energy. It's just something that you do because it's been handed down, it's been passed down. But what you don't understand is that this is actually linked to a dream, an intention that was set, magic that was worked around this lifetimes ago. There's some type of ancestor who put their magic and their intentions, planted their seeds through cooking, and so created all of these recipes that they would pass down to their children. But those recipes were actually spells and was actually just the continuation of magic that was being worked. Every time their family cooked this recipe, it fed the magic of it fed magic to these seeds. It sowed more for this intention. This ancestor was smart. This ancestor was smart. This could also be an idea of something you can do for your ancestors, for your descendants. But this is powerful. Linking it to food is powerful also because it's like you connect to the seeds, you connect to that energy. But there's something that's making its way to you, and the reason why it had to come to you is because you need to be able to follow it back to where it came from. There is something that is going to be reaching you that as you're able to follow it back to where it came from, you're going to find the root of something special. You might find a place that is special, land that is special. You might just have pieces come together. Wow, same cards. That's also been a thing these past few readings. Same cards, just again and again. This is energy that is sticking around. This is not flimsy energy. There's a concrete message here. This isn't something that is going to run away after a few weeks. This is energy that stays. It's like I said what I said. That's the kind of energy that this is. Yeah. Something has survived. Something survived, but it couldn't survive where you were. It had to go somewhere else. That's why I feel this energy of like the lost child or like a lost loved one, and you spread their ashes or you plant them out and you give them to nature. And where nature carries that energy is wherever nature carries that energy to be repotted, to be regrown. And so it popped up somewhere else, somewhere you couldn't see. You are reflected in what you cannot see. It popped up out of your vision, out of your environment. It is a world, it could feel like a world away. It's in another place, but it's coming to you. It's coming to you because it feels called, drawn. This is very beautiful energy. The energy of today in general is just beautiful. It's spirit. It's spiritual. This is spiritual energy. Spiritual. I can conceive it all. Look deep into the night sky. Receive my call. I need it all. When I said this is the last time, I wonder what comes after I've crossed the line. If I'm honest, I'm haunted by how I let you get on in. There's no justice, self-destructive. Let you eat at my body rotten. Yes, I love this, but now I'm rising up. Out of my death I became a woman. And I'm dreaming of releasing everything that you knew about me. You know nothing now. Let it go now. I just thought of, I was thinking about Cassie as I was singing that song. What a person, what a spirit, what a woman. Such beautiful energy, and kind of like, it's not entirely like that, but I think that her story and what she is doing has a place within this reading as well. If you resonate or connect to her story and to the justice that she is receiving and the strength that she has and the clarity that she has, the direction, the protection over her, the love in her life, the joy and the fulfillment, the children, the abundance of happiness and protection and peace in her life that is now also being reflected in what is important, which is financial prosperity, which is what she deserves. There's something to her story as well, being a part of this story, a part of this energy. You are reflected in what you cannot see yet, but it is coming to you. It is reaching you. It is yours. It is yours. This is also inheritance energy. We have the Wheel of Fortune out here with the snake. There was something about Kundalini energy. I feel there was something about Kundalini energy. Wow. There's all of this like page energy. Am I prepared energy? Am I good enough energy? Am I deserving energy? This is like, oh, don't trouble the waters. Give it up. Why don't you let it be? Yes, it do. Oh. Okay, cool. You guys, this is spiritual energy. Today is a religious day. And I'm saying spiritual and I'm also saying religious for a reason. This is like the meek inheriting the earth. I almost want to see if there's like a Bible verse that we can find, because this feels exceptional. This feels like this feels like religious. Like this feels important. This feels like something that it was written, like the Bible. Like this is like prophecy. Like this is spiritual energy today. This is spiritual energy. This is religious energy, and I'm not talking about the systems of religion and Christianity. I'm talking about what religion really comes from, which is from spirit as well. But a way to organize it and understand it and process it. Religion is like spiritual science in its own way, and there's like a recovery of like something is returning. In this winter season, something is returning. Wow, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. The truth is coming out. The truth is coming out. The truth is coming out. This is like, this, to me, this is powerful. And the fact that the dolphin spirit only came to me, it came to me very randomly, because I was working out in the field and I was taking the ice off of these things because I like to do things like that. And I picked up this piece of ice and I was like, this looks like a dolphin. It was not like I was watching videos and I found a dolphin, or like I saw a dolphin, or I saw a dolphin in a dream. It was quite random. It feels like there are signs scattered all around you. There is a potential to tap into this knowing all around you, but it's not required. It's just like you can find signs that this is happening, that this is coming, but there's nothing that can stop this. You know what I mean? It was written. This is deep. And let me tell you something. The Bible is magic. It's a magical book. It's a book of magicians. It's a book of wizards. like that's what that is. Those were, yes, they were being guided, and some of them were being guided, but these people they knew how to work magic. They knew magic, and they were good at what they knew. They were good at what they did. They were powerful witches. They were powerful high priestesses. They were powerful healers. And the spells that they wrote, the intentions that they set, they will come to fruition, and they are going to come into fruition, and they are coming to fruition. This is that kind of energy. Like, this is powerful, and this was done by another human being. Okay, so you also need to understand exactly who you are. You can do the same thing. You need to be able to tap into that level of faith. But you can absolutely do this, and this is something that has been done. That's why this is ancestral, but this is different. And this is not just about us. This is global. This is that the meek will inherit the earth. This is the energy that the meek are inheriting. And that's what I'm saying, like the earth, not just like their own neighborhoods and their towns. The meek will inherit the earth. I'm saying you have seeds that were offered through death, through blood, sacrifices. Not sacrifices you chose to make, but sacrifices that happened. Whether they were chosen or unintentional or cause of this, and that, whatever. Either way, there was loss of precious life, loss of things that meant someone. These aren't things. This is life. This is loss of life. This is over the thousands of years that you have existed and your ancestors have existed. This is the trauma of losing loved ones. This is that kind of energy. This is death through death of life being taken, life that was lost, life that was taken. This is the death of our people. These are the seeds that were planted, and those seeds, the earth took that energy and spread it all across this world. And you have had your gifts, your blessings, your inheritance, whatever. You've had this energy pop up all around the world. You have your treasure all around the world, not just where you're from, all around the world. You might be led to lands that feel completely foreign to you, but that's where your ancestors chose to pop up. That's where the earth chose to plant and to grow your roots, because of some reason you don't know. You are reflected in what you cannot see. You don't know why. You don't need to know why. That's what I'm saying. This is apocalyptic energy. You're going to need to trust where you're being called to go, even if it doesn't make any sense at all. High level of faith, because of these people who have faith that will truly survive what is coming. All right? Because they're going to be guided to do things that are going to protect them and keep them out of spaces of limitation. You have to have faith, which just simply means you need to listen to what you are being told, not by other people outside of yourself, but by you. Listen to yourself. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to your neighbor. Don't listen to your mom. Listen to yourself. Unless you feel like those people are also being guided, and you can probably tell. You can tell. We're all very intuitive. Yeah. Something is coming. There's a new world coming. I was wondering when that reading was going to come back. I think that reading is speaking to this, but you would have to find out what that reading is. I think it's called Messages from Spirit. Like secrets or something about that, but there was a pile in that reading that I think is connected to this reading. Yes, Ace of Cups. This is Ace of Cups. This is the Ace of Cups. There's something coming. Something's being discovered. Something ancestral. Something ancient. Something ancient. I almost want to say this is like even new life form types of shit. Like evolution. Discovery. Ugh. This is powerful energy. Okay. I think that's enough for the Dolphin spirit. Thank you so much, Dolphin. energy. Thank you for speaking to us, for coming forward to us. Let's not forget that the dolphins, I think, were prominent energy in Lemuria. And dolphins are very intelligent. All animals are intelligent in their own ways, but dolphins are special creatures as well, and I think kind of similar to us. So, yeah, we've got dolphin energy. Thank you so much, dolphins. I've got to look up this this god. I think his name is Obatala or Uptala. I don't remember. But if you know and you feel like you should listen to him or her or them, then I highly recommend. Okay, moving on. Moving on to the grizzly bear. The grizzly bear. Okay, spirit. For the grizzly bear spirit, if you chose grizzly bear, here's what grizzly bears want to tell us. What is the grizzly bear spirit energy telling us? Come in peace, come in joy, coming in peace, come in peace, come in joy. Grizzly bear spirit. Death. Death. Da, 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 da. Guys, what you reap, you shall sow. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm wondering if all of nature and all of animals they're speaking to the same thing. Like, there is something's waking up, okay? Something's waking up. Something is knocking on your goddamn door. Wow. And this energy, I feel like, has really taken off since Halloween. This is powerful. The last pile was, the dolphin spirit was speaking, and this spirit is also speaking. Hierophant. I love this Hierophant because he's just so funny. And the High Priestess. Wow. Death, Two of Wands. Two of Wands is energy that's been coming out very often. The High Priestess and the Hierophant. And here's the damn Hermit. You don't never want to leave. Here's the Hermit at the back of the deck. Okay, Grizzly Bear. Spirit. This is definitely having a vision. This is definitely having a vision. Let me tell you something. Everybody has received something. In these past few weeks, everybody has received knowing. I almost want to say that everybody's received the same knowing. We have all received the same download. A candle has been lit for Earth, okay? A candle of awakening, a candle of retrieval, soul retrieval has been lit for Earth. A candle of clarity and revelation has been lit for Earth. And everyone has received this revelation. Everyone has received this knowing in their own unique ways. We might not all express it the same way. We may not all think it means the same thing. Everybody's received this, though. Whatever this is, we've all received it. This is information that has come to all of us. And there might be some conflict around interpretation and what you choose to do with this information, and whether you choose to act on this information. But you've received it, so I feel like everybody's been guided to do something. And I feel like there are some people who are going to buck up against this guidance. I think that there's I think that we could be operating in different spaces of acceptance. Some people could be more than ready to accept what has been received, or not even more than ready, but just willing to accept what has been received. And I think that others could not so much be about it. Because this is energy of kind of, this is just, I just like, what is happening? You guys, I feel like the world is, I feel like the world is changing. Like I think the world is literally changing. 45, 45. That's number 9. That's 99, 99. I feel like we're turning a page, and I think this is going to change things. And I think you are being called. I think we are, not just you, not just me, everyone is being called. I think that everybody could be receiving their calling. Like this could be mass awakening. Everyone is being called. Everyone is receiving their calling. And I think that we're going to see separation between who chooses to answer that and who chooses not to. This is why Professor Melanie's been in my head, because she's been talking about this already. She's speaking about spiritual beings and how during this time on Earth, the last time there was like some history like this, there was, you know, the spiritual beings who survived and all these things. She was talking about, you need to go watch her video. She explains it in a much better way. But I see this energy too. I see this energy too, and it's not like, the thing that you need to understand is it's not like it's not like you know something other people don't. That's where you want to make sure your ego doesn't get ahead of yourself, right? We all know the same thing. We're all being made aware of the same thing. This is something that is happening on Earth to all of us here. So this is not just information that you have that you need to convince people of. They know. They know what's happening. It is up to them, okay? This is a time for everyone to step into their personal power, but you have to make the decision to do that. I would not linger. I would not wait. If I receive guidance, especially important guidance like move here, go here, let this go, say this, do this, I wouldn't let it linger. What's that one song? Do we have to? Do we have to? Do we have to let it linger? I wouldn't let it linger. If I were you, I would do what you're being told to do. This is gonna be triggering. This is gonna be a triggering time, okay? First of all, mind your business. Mind your business and focus on your path and your personal relationship with God, your personal relationship with Spirit, your personal relationship with the Goddess, your personal relationship with your ancestors. Focus on yourself, okay? Because you do not know what's going on in other people's world. You don't know anything about their beliefs, what their relationship with Spirit is like. And you are not the favorite out of the entire spiritual realm, and that's why you're receiving all this information. Everybody is being held and carried by Spirit. Everybody has a different reaction to being nurtured and to being loved and to being seen because of all the different things that we have gone through. So keep our egos in check during this time when it comes to how people respond to this guidance and this awareness. I think that God, this is why I'm saying religion is like, it's something about religion. This is religious energy coming back into the fold in a way that is not anything like this is Bible energy. This is biblical. Spirit is making itself known on this planet. The goddess is making itself known. God is making itself known. Like, This is very clear energy. Everyone is having an awakening that balances it out so that we all have the same knowing. And then it's about what you end up doing with that information. But I think it's going to become very clear just how real spirit is, the spirit world is, divine energy is. I think it is going to become undeniable. And then we are going to see the reactions to that clarity and that truth begin to spur in everyone around us. All of us are going to be triggered in one way or another, because triggering is just a part of like an awakening. Something bad about being triggered. But this is triggering energy. This is serious energy. And there's also conflict here. There's definitely conflict here. But you don't have to engage. You can leave people to be with their spirits. And in fact, you probably should. You probably don't want to get in the way of where people need to go spiritually. Because while you could be being guided to pick up and move and do this and blah, 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 and change this job and blah, 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 somebody else could be guided to being triggered and to being left alone and to having to just speak to spirit on their own and work and, speak to spirit. And that's their path. There is no room for judgment here on anybody else. There is only room for acceptance and doing what you are being told to do. If you try to tell your family that you think this is what, I think you should follow what you're being guided to do. I don't know if you should worry so much about what other people need to be doing. This is energy of, we've all received the same information. We're all aware of the same thing. So focus on what you need to do. If people aren't doing what you think they should be doing and you want to help, you can try, but this is not energy where you're waiting around trying to convince people. This is not that. We are not, we're not missionaries going around trying to prove that God exists, that spirit exists. This is not that kind of energy. That energy doesn't make sense because everybody already knows. We already know. We know what's real. We know what exists. All of us have our different expressions, interpretations, understandings, whatever, but we know what's real. We know that there's spirit. We know that there's a spirit world. There's nobody that actually doesn't believe that, in my opinion. There's just deep, deep, deep denial. And then people who just don't express things in the same way, but we all believe, okay? It just is what it is. It's impossible, and I don't see how you can. So anyways, and that's just me. That's just me speaking. I don't know if that's actually, but the point is, it's going to become obvious. Okay, this is energy of, it's going to become obvious. So the grizzly bear, how I found my interaction with the grizzly bear was actually footprints. There are footprints. Hold on a minute. Maybe that's the thing. Footprint. Okay, the footprints poem. One night I had footprints in the sand. One night I had a dream. I was walking along the beach with my Lord. Across the dark sky flashed scenes from my life, and for each scene I noticed two sets of footprints in the sand, one belonging to me and one to my Lord. When the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand. I noticed that many times along my life's pathway, especially at my saddest and lowest moments, there was only one set of footprints. This troubled me, and I asked the Lord about it. Lord, you said if I followed you in life, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the most difficult times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand why, when I needed you the most, you would leave me. He whispered, my precious child, I love you and will never leave you. During your times of trial and suffering, when you saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. You guys, this is judgment. This is judgment. Judgment is coming, okay? There is nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing to be afraid of. This is glorious. And worship and praise. Worship and praise to the Most High. This is gospel. You guys, I don't know what to tell you. I was raised religious. I don't attach myself to any system, but I know religious energy when I feel it. Religious energy is very different from spiritual energy, in my opinion. This is religious, okay? This is deep. This is earth energy. This is something that is happening on earth. This is not really about the cosmos right now. This revelation, this awakening, this is earthbound energy, which I think speaks more to religion a little bit more, because it's about our expressions, interpretations of all that spirit can be, and what we end up connecting to the most. This is a big deal. This is also why you really need to focus on yourself. Everybody has their personal path, their personal walk with spirit, their personal walk in their faith. And you need to let people be on their journeys. You don't need to be controlling. And this is also a real opportunity to move away from any guru that tries to make you feel like you need to be following them. Okay? It's within. This is a personal journey going within, speaking to spirit. This is not about you taking on this religious leader and it's not that. It's not that kind of energy, okay? That's just not what I'm sensing. This is personal. Everybody has to make a personal choice. This is judgment. This is internal. This is the high priestess. This is intuition. This is personal to you. What is your vision showing you? Everybody is receiving a vision from the same bowl, from the same water, from the same energy. Everybody is receiving it and downloading that the way that it needs to be downloaded for them, for their process, for their purpose, for what they need. And your unique vision will carry you where you need to go to align to whatever you need to align with. And it is not your job to convince other people to go where you're going, to convince other people to believe in what you believe. It is only your job to do as you are guided to do. And not because this is what you have to do, but because this is what is most loving and protective and caring for you. This is what is best for you. You are going to be guided towards safety, towards recovery. This is deep energy. This is a calling to so many centuries, ages, eons of destruction and of loss. This is a calling of death, and this is death that speaks to a lot of mass tragedies. This is really, really serious energy, which is probably why it's taken its time coming in, because it's not energy that you want to just be thrown on you. That's not what's best for the earth. That's not what's best for any creature alive on this planet, dead or alive. This is slow movement, but it's here now, and we're looking at it now, and the vision is becoming more and more clear. And what you are being directed to do is exactly what you should follow. Follow your inner direction. Follow your inner compass. Okay? And answer the call, because you are not going to be punished. This doesn't feel like a whole lot of punishment. It just feels like truth. This feels like truth. And we all have our axe to bear, but think of the axe as a tool that can help you to build. Axe is made of steel. Steel cut down trees and paved a path and creates a clearing that helps you build a home, that helps you have fire, that helps you create, that helps you sustain and survive. This is your tool. This is your resource. Take it. And everyone is being given an axe. Everyone is being given a tool. How you use it is how you use it. How you interpret it is how you interpret it. But everyone's receiving. So you also don't need to be in this martyr energy of, I will give my axe to everybody and I will cut down everybody's tree for it. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. We have the world, the Nine of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? I just love that song is what they chose to play. I just think that's so funny. The spirit is literally hilarious. Hold on. I just need to organize myself. I swear to you, Professor Melanie she's a prophet and she's a fantastic teacher, and I need to find a way to connect with her. I know how I can connect with her, but I'm being, I guess, a little stubborn in that I want to connect with her in a different way. But I have to talk to her because, girl, when I tell you, I think that I have I don't know. Anyways, Three of Swords, Nine of Wands, the World, back of the deck, the Magician, the Six of Wands. We are all going to be directed and guided to do different things. What is guiding you is the question you need to ask. What is guiding you? Is the crown guiding you? The system? Is power and control guiding you? Is survival guiding you? Is instinct guiding you? We are all going to feel guided. We are all going to feel called to do something. Where is that calling coming from? There's a crack opening in the crown chakra. It is going to be very obvious that we live in a very spiritual world. Spirits are not all the divine. Like, they're all reflections of spirit, but they are not all the voice that you should be listening to. Discernment is so serious, and it's really important to have discernment to understand what calling is the calling you need to pick up on and tune into, because you might receive several lines. You might be getting paged. Everybody's on your line. All these spirits are on your line. And this is going to be the working of other people, of other systems, of other spirits and other energies. And then there's going to be your divine calling. That's going to be obvious. But it is going to be in the background. It's back of the deck energy. It clarifies all of this. It is the prominent. It is the lens which you should be seeing everything through. You will know what is your divine calling versus what is survival instincts. What is like destructive, and this desire to take power, control, and what is of the world, what is of the system, of the crown. And these all show up in different ways. The way that the crown is showing up is maintaining normalcy. Life is normal. Everything getting to function in convenience. That's the way that the crown calling, that's what they're offering. Convenience, normalcy, a supposed soft, perfect, easy life. But there's something elusive about that. Then there's power and there's control. And the way that that kind of calling is showing up is there's blood that's being spilled, there's sacrifices, there's hurt, there's damage, there's destruction. You take it into your own hands to do this. Are you being called by spirit, or are you being called by power and control? This is a time of surrender. This is a time of incredible surrender. Not a time of seeking out power and control. Self-control, but not of your external world. You cannot control what is happening to the world right now. You just can't. This is beyond all of us. And it's meant to be that way because this is divine order. This has been orchestrated. So the parts of this that have been orchestrated are also answering to a divine order that is happening above that. What you think is happening, there's something happening even beyond that. Even the people who feel like they know the highest of what is happening, there's something happening beyond that. Everything is answering to a higher call right now and reacting to that call because here on earth we have free will. Make the choice to center yourself and focus on self. All of these energies that are being presented in front of me go outside of themselves. The Three of Swords, so we already spoke about the world and the Nine of Wands. The Three of Swords is trying to receive and recover and survive through others. Trying to attach onto others, trying to trap others, trying to find solace and haven in others. This could be trying to be the fixer, trying to be the healer of everybody, or trying to attach yourself to a movement, trying to attach yourself to a thought, trying to attach yourself to a guru, to a leader, trying to pair up so that you don't have to do this alone, so that you don't have to think for yourself. Either way, that's not the calling. The calling is coming from within, and it answers to a voice within. And it will not ask you to go outside of yourself. And it will not ask you, I don't believe it's going to ask you to distract. I don't believe it's going to ask you to hurt. I don't think it's going to ask you to maintain normalcy. I don't think that this calling is going to have you living a normal life. Normal. I don't think this calling is going to be very convenient. I think that there are absolutely things that are going to be given up. I think you are absolutely going to need to create your reality than have it being created for you. You might need to build something. You might need to walk or go or move somewhere. You might need to start making your own food, growing your own food. There's a self-sufficient energy here. There's an independent energy here, for sure. You really need to identify the calling. Use your discernment. It won't be that hard. It's not going to be hard. It's actually going to be quite clear. But it's the free will of it all. You have to make the decision for yourself. That's the only part. It's free will. But you have the strength, and I think you'll want to make this decision. I think that you'll want to make this decision. You just need to trust that you're not going crazy. Okay? I've never felt like this before. This is new energy. This past year, it's just become stronger and stronger. And I think that the year of 8, which is the year that we're moving into in our Gregorian calendar, it's significant. It's really significant. Yeah, we're moving into the year of 8. 8 is gonna be big. Cycles, Scorpio, death, big energy for 8. Big energy for 8. 2024 is gonna be a big year in the Ethiopian calendar, I think that's 2016. We all remember 2016. People look back on 2016 very fondly, which is funny because 2016 was also the year that Trump was elected. So 2016 was a big year. 2016 was a big year in art too, though. There was kind of a bit of a renaissance. I think Lemonade came out around 2016. A Seat at the Table came out around 2016. I think a Drake album came out. Like, it was a big year for music. It was a big year. That summer was really significant. People really enjoyed summer of 2016. I remember that being like, it's like a cultural thing that we all like enjoyed 2016 summer. What was I doing in 2016? I think I was a part of a summer camp. Yeah, I was a part of that. Ooh, that prestigious writing camp. Yeah. Moving into a similar energy. We're moving into a similar energy. Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? I can't. I actually really like that song. It's also asking, like, do you have to let this linger? Does this have to stay around? Do you have to stay in this place? This might come to you as questions, a whole lot of questions. Does it have to be this way? Do you have to do it this way? Does it need to be this way? Because the footprints in the sand are telling me otherwise. Where are you being led? You might get a glimpse into your future. You might get a glimpse into your future and see where you are led. See where the footprints go and see that it's not where you are right now or where you were planning on going. Are you going to go there? Are you going to pave a new path? Some things aren't always about paving a new path. Some things are about following the plan, the divine plan. You don't always have to be the wanderer and the great explorer. Sometimes you need to follow the plan. And free will have you think that, I'll create my reality. I'll do what I want if this doesn't resonate. But, resonate doesn't always just mean it feels good. It just means it resonates. It just means it makes sense. It just means you can see yourself in it, even if it doesn't feel great. Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? Something is brewing. Something is brewing. Everybody has received a vision. Everybody has received guidance, and it's going to lead to a great state of meditation because everyone's going to be contemplating. Do I do this? What do I do? Do I do this? What do I do? Do I do this? What do I do? But you know what to do. You know what needs to be done. This is powerful energy, biblical energy, in my opinion. This is absolutely a revival. This is our revival. I really like that song by Selena Gomez. What I've learned is so far up, more than just survival. This is my revival. This is our revival. Yeah, that song might be, I recommend that song. Okay, I think that's it for our Grizzly Bear reading. So that's what the Grizzly Bear wanted to tell us. Now we're moving on to the Red Fox. Okay, Spirit, what is the Red Fox trying to tell us? What I've learned is so vital, more than just survival. This is my revival. This is a revival. There could be a revival in music. Like, I think that, like, we're entering the R's: revolution, revelation, renaissance. We're entering a renaissance of art. And I think that that's because you are going to have access to artists that you didn't even know popped like that. You didn't even know existed. the thought that I just had, I don't really want to say, so I might not, unless I feel pulled to say it again. But yeah, there could definitely be a musical renaissance happening with this red fox energy. Moving on to the red fox. The red fox is giving creative renaissance, artistic renaissance. And the strike just ended for SAG, which means people are creating again. I think that there is going to be, I think if you have art, put it out there. Put it out there on your personal platforms, because I think that there's going to be some luck heading your way. Yes, in terms of people being able to find you. Where before you might have been camouflaged, might have been lost in the midst, people are going to notice you. People are going to be able to find you. Put your work out there. Put your work out there. This is a great, great time to share your art, because I think that it's going to be discovered. I think you are going to be discovered because you stick out like a sore thumb. You do not blend in with your surroundings anymore. I think people are beginning to be able to sense what is special, what is unique, what is worth listening to, what is worth paying attention to. Intuition is being turned all the way up for everybody. Everyone's intuition is being heightened. And if you have something to share in your divine purpose, you are going to be noticed and you are going to be heard, because the divine wants to be heard right now. And so the divine is going to be heard. And so those who are following their divine calling, their divine path, whatever that is, are going to be heard and recognized, because that is an expression of the divine and they are living in their divine state. So live in your calling, live in your path, live in your purpose, live in your gifts. Your gifts are a part of your calling and your purpose. And we're meant to do many things. We multitask as human beings. We do many things. So this is one part of it. Put your work out there. Put your creative pursuits out there. Because they're going to have impact. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, they're going to have impact. Jeez. It could feel like a wave of like incoming energy that just could feel out of nowhere. You could feel like you were in the shadows and you were still in the shadows, not realizing that you glow and you stand out to everybody around you. You could not realize that you are as visible as you are, but you are visible and you are being seen, and people are moving towards you. Okay, I actually feel like that's literally the extent to what the Red Fox wanted to say. Trust your talents in changing times. That's what the Red Fox means in a deck that I used to have. Trust your talents in changing times. Okay, the last pile. Sorry, Red Fox, that was super short, but I think that it was just a brief message. The last pile is the Birds of Prey. And it's funny, these two. So the red fox I saw in person. I was standing at my window and I saw a red fox. I saw their long bushy tail and I was like, oh my gosh. And it was like, oh my gosh. And I felt so happy and so excited. So noticing. You might not even realizing that you're about to be noticed, but you are being noticed. Okay? You are being noticed. You might not realize it. You might not know it. And it could come as a shock once you realize it, that you have been seen. But once you realize you have been seen, it's like nothing's the same. And then it's like end of the cycle of being in the shadows, new start of a new world, of a new life out in the light. And that is a whole world in its own, and we get there when we get there. But you are being spotted. You are being noticed. And people are going to be talking about you. And it's going to reach you in a way that feels like an overflow of like, whoa, like a big wave of water just coming in. It's like, whoa, but you're being discussed. Which was funny because Queen Cup was talking about that yesterday, but I didn't get to start from the beginning, so I don't know exactly what she's talking about. Six of Wands, okay. We're moving on to the Birds of Prey. Six of Wands. this is just maybe a transition. We'll consider the red fox and the birds of prey 6 of pentacles. We'll look at them together. So birds of prey, energy, what are you bringing forth? 6 of wands and the 6 of pentacles. So we've got 2 6s here. What I've learned is so vital, more than just survival. This is my revival. I love that song. This is a revival. Judgment. Judgment. 626, palindrome energy. I feel like this is like ascension, like, oh, yeah, ooh. This is ascension, and this is those who need to be put in places, in spaces of visibility are going to be. Those who need to be put into positions of visibility are going to be put into positions of visibility. Those who need to be seen and heard are going to be seen and heard, because there are people who have offerings, because they are abundant, naturally abundant, and they will be able to help and give in ways that is going to be needed by the community. They are being put into positions of visibility because they are needed, because they have things to offer that the community will need for survival, for hope, for faith. There are gifts that they have to bring. Those who are being put into places of spaces of heightened visibility, those who are being celebrated, those who are being called on, those who whose help we need, they have gifts to bring. Lots of women also. Lots of women being called into spaces of visibility. Women who are generous in their offering. Lots of camaraderie amongst women as well. This is also just the feminine. Oh. This feels wealthy. This feels wealthy, and this feels inherited. Not like you have to come from a rich family, but this feels like past life inheritance, like the riches of the witches. The riches of the witches. Okay, what are you saying to us, birds of prey? I feel like people are showing us their talent. Yeah, the red fox and the birds of prey reading definitely go together. I feel like people are showing us their talent. Songbird, something is coming to release you. Creative creatures, something is coming to release you. Your intuition is releasing you. You have been perhaps kept in bondage for a reason. Ooh. Ooh. Hold on. True love. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. Artists in all their forms, because scientists are artists just as much as a musician is an artist, okay? Art, it's about creativity. Those who are creative and who are brave enough to express their creativity in a state of revolution, in a war zone, they are being called, they are being freed, the shackles are being taken off. Take your shackles off my feet so I can dance. Okay, being released. And they were sitting here waiting patiently. Some of them might have felt stuck. And there is kind of a bit of like, you were kind of stuck. You were kind of trapped here for a reason. Beyond that, people are coming together, divine counterparts, people who are meant to be together because together they create a powerful symbol of unity and a powerful reflection of love that can be shared, of shared love between two whole beings, two whole souls being united into a profound example of love and reflection of love that's coming in. And it feels like people who were in similar spaces of being hidden away and are now entering spaces of hyper visibility, in the ways that they can help, in the ways that they can teach, in the ways that they can offer, in the ways that they are just simply being celebrated for their accomplishments. Those kinds of people who are being put into spotlight are also coming together to be together. There is new beginnings. And the way, everybody's showing up in a different form, but people are coming together. Soulmates are coming together. And these are people who are whole and complete on their own and have an independent purpose and an independent offering on their own that are coming together to simply be reflections of love and the fact that two stars can grow together and emit so much love and live in their purpose and live in their wholeness and their uniqueness and be together. This is a testimony of love, and this is in accordance with divine plans, with divine will. Oh, this is a lot of intuitive and creative energy. Feels like young people could be coming together. People could be finding their soulmates at young ages. There's this energy of like young, like you're young. This could feel just unexpected, like it could be fast, it could be soon, but you could also just be young. Or it could feel early for you, like ahead of schedule, ahead of timing. But it's because you're ready. Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. I feel like you know how to do this. I feel like you've been practicing. There's this energy of like you've been practicing. You've been practicing listening to your guidance. You've been practicing listening to your intuition. You've been practicing listening to that inner voice. You've been listening. And you've been practicing how to listen, how to be guided. You've been practicing how to be guided. And now your practice is about to be put into purpose. Practice makes purpose. That's a good affirmation. Practice makes perfect. Purpose. Practice makes purpose. Oh, splendid. This just feels really good. What you want? A house and a home and a make a second song. I just have to write down this affirmation. Hold on. Practice makes purpose. Practice makes purpose. Yay. Wow, you guys. It's like, what do you want? You can spin the wheel and you can get whatever you want. And no matter what you land on, it's gonna be fucking awesome. This feels like arcade energy, like, but you're bound to win because it's like your birthday and like of course you're gonna win. Like, this feels like inheritance for the witches, for people who made sacrifices in other lifetimes, okay? This is good energy, good karma coming in. All karma's, good karma. It needs to be there. You need to receive it. If it's yours, it's yours. Karma doesn't make any mistakes. But, because it's literally just what you put out, so. And it takes into consideration circumstance and context. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. You probably don't have anything to be afraid of. I don't feel like I do readings for people who actually have stuff to be, super afraid of. Because, that's your own personal journey. We don't need to dive into that energy. But, yeah. Practice makes purpose. What have you been practicing at? What have you been doing a lot? What have you been spending your time doing a lot? Perhaps you've been spending your time doing your purpose. And you didn't even know it. Perhaps you're living in your purpose and you didn't even freaking know it. It's just something you do on the side. Just something you do as you're talking to spirit. Just something you do as a way to commune with spirit. But you didn't think that was serious enough. You didn't think that was, but that's what leads to your abundance. That's what leads to your success. Oh, we had 3 sixes. 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, and 6 of Wands. Yeah, you guys. This is great energy. What a fantastic reading. I'm so glad I chose to do this. I'm so glad I just was gentle and I took my time and I wasn't stressed about it because it didn't feel tiring. This is a fantastic reading. This is very awesome energy. And I almost don't want to do separate piles because I don't feel like this is a pick a card. I feel like this is a message. But actually, the Red Fox and the Birds of Prey are very different from the Dolphin and the Grizzly Bear messages. So I probably will do timestamps, but I personally feel like this is a message that you should just listen to altogether. So thank you so much. This is the end of the Birds of Prey, and this is the end of the reading. Yeah. So I don't know, y'all. 8 of Cups also has been around. It's been around. Oh, wow. The Tower. The Tower, well, the 8 of Cups has been around. The 2 of Wands has been around. The Hierophant has been around. The Lovers be peeking out, but I have complexes, so sometimes I forget about the Lovers and I don't acknowledge it because of my own personal fears and blah, blah, blah. But the Lovers has been coming out. Yeah. Has the Sun been coming out? Yeah, sometimes. But prominent energy that I'm really remembering is 8 of Cups has been coming out a lot, and 2 of Wands has been coming out a lot. And 7 of Pentacles, lots of 7s. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords was coming out for a while, not so much anymore, but it was. King of Pentacles has been coming out a lot, but 8 of Cups, it's fitting. And the Hermit's been coming out a lot. And the 4 of Swords has been coming out a lot just these past few days, but 2 days really. Maybe even just today. 8 of Cups. All right, you guys. And the Ace of Pentacles consistently coming out. Okay. That's it. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you think. And good luck. Bye. I'll be back. So bye.